Okay, hi guys, I'm back. I remembered what I was going to say. It's just a lot of information. Um, so some of the information that came out today, just today, and that's added on top of Friday and more that's I'm sure going to come out here, um, is that what's interesting is not just the graping and the abuse and the unaliving and all of that stuff. It's not just that. It is the connection, the frequent statements that Epstein made about hit jobs, how connected he was with foreign countries that we are now seemingly, that 45 seems to be connected to in financial ways, and think about all those documents, etc. And that we're all like, why would he do that? What's all goes back to Epstein. And then things like Peter Thiel and Bannon and everything. It's all these countries and financials and the hit jobs and even things like DNA and technology. It's all like it's not just was in the Epstein files, it is, because it's happening. We're seeing it. We're living the Epstein files, all of us. It's just crazy how it's all had his hand in everything, literally. He, for lack of a better phrase, I get how that sounds. Um, he literally, he and 45 were in every sector of political, financial, technological, educational, science, everything. They were like planning to rule the world, and what we're seeing with like the Project 2025, and now they didn't finish it in 25, and now they're doing their whole thing in 26. But it's astounding, and just how much Epstein was mixed in with money and foreign countries and all of that, and how a lot of what we're seeing now is a result and an extension of what he was doing. And so, and okay, so some of the evidence today that came out that a van showed up the night before he was quote unquote unalived in his prison cell, that he unalived himself, right? And a van showed up, and then there's like missing footage and all this. And I've always felt, and I know I've said he's haunting 45. Well, you can do that with your higher self. Um, your higher self can haunt you. Someone else's higher self can haunt you. We do have that. And I've seen that. I've seen people's higher self, even though they're still alive. Whatever. So there's my, after Epstein was unalived or found unalived in his cell, I did a reading and I got the words Indonesia, and I saw a vision of him walking around in like Indonesia with like a white fedora and light colored clothes and tan pants, kind of like how in the movie Hannibal Lecter with like a Silence of the Lambs, when he's walking around afterwards and he's all like, I'm free and I'm amongst, my whole plan was to disappear into this tropical landscape. And that's how I see Epstein. And so the question is he still alive? Why have they been wiring money for entertainment purposes only to his accounts still? And by the way, I just saw something that said that 45 is in his will. They didn't say it was in his will. He is in his will. I don't know, guys. So, for entertainment purposes only, I know nothing. But I did get, right after Epstein was found unalived, and that's Kieran ripping up the carpet, I saw a vision of him, Epstein, alive in Indonesia. And then I was like, no, everybody says he's dead. Everybody says he's dead. So I just gotta let that go. And for the most part, I do feel like he's gone. But maybe he changed identities. Maybe that's the death. I don't know. But there was that time that I saw that. Now, this is crazy. I can't believe all this stuff. I need other things to do in my life. Let me know what you think. And I would like to see other readers read on this. You kind of get shamed. I noticed that in like readings through the years here, if anybody says, I think that Epstein's still alive, you get shut down and shamed instantly. But guys, what if? What if he is still alive? What if he's still running things with 45 and Bannon and Thiel? What if? and we're taking kids and women and girls and putting them in hidden locations by men in masks, and that's like the Epstein files in a massive grand scale, for entertainment purpose only. So what if he's still around? Just something to think about. Anyway, I'll go do some happy things here. Thanks for listening. Bye.